Hello everyone, Francis Walsh here again with thedigitalmerchant.com, and today we're going to be discussing the best ways to sell a small business. Now really there are three different broad ways to sell a small business. You can go down the route of working with a full service brokerage, you can use a buy and sell marketplace, or you can just do it yourself. Now the former of these, the very first one, is the one I'm typically going to be recommending to most small businesses, particularly any small business that has a valuation range in the kind of high six figures, seven figures and up. Once you get into that kind of valuation range, you really do want the level of assistance that you're going to get from a full service broker. And the more DIY options, whether you're using a platform or whether you're just approaching buyers yourself, typically for bigger sales, these just don't cut it, except in a few limited kind of exceptions of circumstances, which I'll mention as well. But just, I suppose, in summation, if you have a business worth kind of $500,000 and up, I would typically recommend using a broker. But for the rest of this video, I'm going to look at my favorite brokers. I'm going to look a little bit on some buy and sell marketplaces as well and discuss DIY sales. So let's get into it. So the first brokerage I'm going to look at here is the best option for companies valued between $500,000 and kind of $25 million. So the kind of really the mid-market range. Quiet Light just really specializes in this range. It gets a lot of good business done with mid-market companies, and it just provides a really high level, white glove, high touch service. One really standout aspect of their service is the fact that all of the agents that work with the brokerage have either bought or sold online businesses themselves. So they really have a level of hands-on experience that you won't always find everywhere in the industry. It's, and it really does offer a benefit when you're a seller and you're looking to have, the most comprehensive support you can possibly get. It really is handy to be working with someone who has walked that path before. The other thing I'd say, and this is another obviously big factor because at the end of the day it is a business transaction, Quiet Light success fees do work out to be less usually than others in the market. As we'll see, not every brokerage publicly discloses their listing fees or their success fees. But many in this segment of the market will charge up to 15% success fee on your sale price. Quiet Lights is capped at 10%, so this means it really can represent huge savings to go with Quiet Light. But in summation, I think they're a really professional business. I like everything they do, and they do it all for a great price. So I really would recommend them if you're selling a company in that mid-market bracket. So next we're going to be looking at FE International. Now, FE International is a platform that does take quite a different approach to the likes of Quiet Light. You won't be working with like an individual dedicated advisor as you would be with Quiet Light. It is done much more on a team basis. And there's also less transparency into the brokerage process with FE International than you will get elsewhere. It's quite a closed off kind of a process. They don't necessarily involve you at every step, although they will obviously keep you updated as to important developments in your case. For all these differences though, I mean, it is really successful. It does have a really high strike rate. I think it's got a success rate of 94% closing, which is really, really good. And you'll see some really great businesses being bought and sold here. My one quibble with FE International I suppose, for the purposes of this video, is that this obviously is really aimed at small businesses. And FE International's bread and butter is kind of more in the mid to large cap range. It does take on a lot of 8 and 9 figure businesses even. So if you are a smaller operation, you may not get a listing on the platform. But again, it's a really professional service and it does a lot of good work. So it's definitely worth having a look at. So as I noted at the start of this video, I do typically recommend that business owners use full service brokerages if they can when they're selling, because I just think that's the level of service that's most appropriate for a complicated transaction like this, and it really is good to get as much help as you can. However, I am conscious that this video is aimed at small businesses, and obviously the term small business is a little bit of a, it's not that well defined. But if yours is really a smaller company and it's worth, maybe in the 5-figure range or the low 6-figure range, not every brokerage is going to want to work with a company that small. So you might have to look at marketplaces. So before looking at out and out marketplaces, I'm going to look at Empire Flippers because it's a little bit of a kind of a halfway point between a marketplace and a brokerage. It is typically a buy and sell marketplace, where you put up a listing and you deal with buyer inquiries yourself. But there is, a level of elevated service there that you will kind of only get from a brokerage as well. So it's, as you can see here, right on the homepage, it's a curated online business marketplace. It really does do more to kind of facilitate the sale process than the average marketplace. Empire will assist you through things like escrow and the closing process, and it will also do a much more thorough job when it comes to vetting of both buyers and sellers than the average marketplace. Now, this is a little bit of a blessing and a curse, and because the vetting standards are so strict, only 9% of businesses reportedly actually successfully get listed on Empire Flippers. So unfortunately, there's actually a good chance that you won't get accepted, unless you look like a solid business with recurring revenue and at least 12 months of operating history. Chances are you might not get a place on the platform. And the other thing I would raise about Empire Flippers is that it does actually work out to be quite expensive, considering that it's not a full service brokerage. Standard commission is 15% on sales of $700,000 or less, which is kind of commensurate with what you'll be paying a brokerage for the same service, and you're not really getting the same level of service. So for that reason, if you do have a business in the 7-figure range, I probably would advise against Empire Flippers. But if your company is too small to be looked at by a proper brokerage, Empire Flippers is definitely worth the look. And so the last platform we're going to look at today is called Flippa. And now Flippa is really for those companies that are in the small to mid cap section of the market. So if you've got a 4 or 5 figure valuation range, this is kind of where I'd recommend looking, because realistically other platforms might not be interested in your listing. Flippa is very much the DIY option on this list. It leaves pretty much everything to the buyer and seller to figure out between themselves. Essentially, you just pay the platform a monthly listing fee. You put up your listing and buyers, pretty much every buyer in the public domain can view it and contact you about it. So this is great for reach, but it does obviously have trade-offs in terms of the quality of potential buyer you'll be dealing with. There's a lot of tire kickers and potential scammers even. And so there's a lot of vetting for you to do by yourself, and it's a little bit more labor intensive in that way than the process would be with a brokerage. So typically I would only recommend going with Flippa if you can't find a brokerage to work with. But if you do have a smaller cap firm that a brokerage wouldn't be interested in, Flippa can be a good place to do business. And so lastly, we're going to discuss DIY sales. So this is essentially where you just find a buyer yourself and hammer out the terms of a deal between you. There's no brokerage involved, there's no buy and sell platform involved, it's just a bilateral relationship. And the obvious advantage here is that you don't have to part with any money to a third party. So there's no listing fees, there's no success fees, you get to keep 100% of your sale price. Now, this obviously sounds great, but it's not a route I really recommend to, the vast majority of company owners looking to make a sale. The reason being is that company sales are just really difficult. Finding a buyer is tough, vetting is difficult, negotiations, you can probably do with help there as well. Escrow, closing, all of it, it's just a really labor intensive process to undertake by yourself. So the only reason I would recommend a DIY sale is if maybe you have someone lined up who's ready and willing to take the business off your hands, and you trust that that person will engage with you in good faith. So maybe it's a family member or a business partner or a competitor or something like that, where a lot of the work is done already and you don't necessarily need a third party to help you. Either that, or else maybe if you're very experienced with business sales, if you've done it a few times before, then it can make sense. But for the majority of cases, I don't think this really is the right move. And so yeah, in summation then, that's pretty much all I have on selling small businesses. My typical recommendation, as I've said, is to use a brokerage if at all possible. But I do appreciate that this isn't always a viable option for every smaller business. So if you do have to, there are some good marketplaces out there. And if you are in a position to sell DIY, then that can work as well. But ultimately, I do recommend brokerages, and in particular, I do recommend Quiet Light, especially for smaller businesses. I think they do really provide a great service. But that's all from me on this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.